Okay. So, we've just had our Dialogue Fest of 2011. Stop with the camera! Okay, are you trying to imply something? Is there something in this direction I should be paying attention to that isn't Edgar?
It hurts Graham to look at that lone altar where his daughter met her unjust and unexpected fate. He vows to save both her and Alexander, and hopefully find out who this stranger is as well.
Okay. It does not look like it. Hag! Oh my god! Let's now away. Okay, seriously though. Oh my gosh! There's a thing.
Someone must have forgotten this water bottle here.
I wonder. Can we use it? That's still not the right menu. Figure this out eventually, folks.
Ah, the wonders of technology. Whoever invented this spraying mechanism must have been a genius. The bottle is empty.
The bottle is empty. Okay.
That is not going to work.
Fine. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to fill it up with something. Presumably water. Maybe water from the fountain. And then we could water some plants. Actually, does the scroll of plot contrivance have anything to say to us? Okay, a magical bag and animated vessel, okay. So no. I guess Shamir is the only hint we're getting. No, nope, stop! With the camera and the angling! Oh, this takes me back to playing N64 games where the camera tried to kill you. Good times. Oh, I need more conversations from the French dog. And the not French dog, who are inexplicably speaking different languages.
I don't feel right going on a break when there's such terrible things about.
Oui, oui, je le sais. On devrait faire quelque chose pour aider le roi.
Doing some kind of work. People are so busy anyhow. Take our minds off of it all.
Peut-être devrions-nous rester à notre poste et aider plus. Nous nous reposerons quand le roi sera mieux.
And it'll keep
The
us from
French
being
accent's
scared
gotten better.
witless too.
Et tu oses t'appeler un chien de garde?
You know, I feel like I actually read something about the guy being a native French speaker. Or something where I'm just being terribly offensive. Like that stopped me before. But okay. It got better. Sing sing, enjoy your nestlings. Okay. Loading. So let's go fill up the bottle with fountain water of the gods. And has anything changed since we had that conversation with Shamir? There, see? I clicked on it. Ooh, coins. Okay, can we spray the Black Widow?
Why would Graham want to do that now?
To ruin her web so we can break into the Four Winds office and see what fascinating things they're printing. Actually, looks like there's some of this fascinating stuff out here. Loading. Wow. This is a lot of text. these are actual Four Winds articles. Oh, horoscopes. What is, Scorpio? You're a jealous water sign this week, Scorpio. I know you've had your eye on that special someone, but they keep looking somewhere else. So I'm reminding you of that old saying, if you love something, let it go. In other words, stop threatening to beat up anyone else your would-be beloved bats their eyes at, or you'll find yourself alone for a long time. Good advice. Okay. Newly renovated Fountain Plaza. I did in fact know that that was there. Oh, we can scroll. I see. Is that it? I think that's it. Okay, that was fun. Cute little Easter egg there. Okay, now what can I water? I could go back and water plants at the castle, but that seems a little silly. Yeah, not 100% sure what to do with that. But I got a point for it, so you know it's a good thing. Maybe I could, like, spray a cat. Tell it it's doing something it shouldn't. Hassan, would you like some cool, refreshing mist?
Graham doesn't want to give that away.
I just don't want to give it away. I just want to play practical jokes on people. That's a practical joke with a small child.
Graham is generous.
Oh, fine. That's still not inventory. Hey kid, you want some candy?
I'll trade you this candy for your fishing.
Oh!
Really? Wow!
Cool.
Everyone says strangers try to poison you with candy. But you look life's nicer.
But, fuck it, it's candy.
Here's my pole!
Oh. I'm not going there.
Thanks, mister!
Oh, it was a demonic laugh. Okay, we have a fishing pole. What good does that do us exactly? Really? What good does that do us? Can we bait it with a coin?
Unfortunately, they are incompatible.
Fine. Can we bait it with a poison?
That won't work, but keep trying.
She sounds so soft and genuine when she says that. Can we fish for fish?
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, are you done trying crazy things?
That's not crazy.
Graham's not in the mood for fishing. He's been well fed at the Castle of the Crown.
I love how sarcastic she says that. Graham's not in the mood for fishing. Anyway. Hassan!
Good day, Hassan.
Sup?
Good day indeed. After that thing that looked like the start of the apocalypse last night, any
The
day
capital A
seems like a
apocalypse,
good day.
guys.
Ready to sail?
Oh, we can talk! Since we didn't get enough dialogue last video.
You have a pretty island here. The view is incredible.
It's his
What
island.
can any man say about the place he was born? I'm glad to live and breathe on this isle, as hard as times may be sometimes. It's less crazy than the Isle of Wonder, more civilized than the Isle of the Beast, more down to
These are
earth
terrible puns.
than the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, and certainly more solid than the newly discovered
He's smirking.
Isle
He knows
of
they're
Mist
terrible
and
puns.
Any other rocks that might be hiding out there near the boundaries of the world. This little place is the best spot for anyone to live, native to the archipelago.
Archipelago?
Or otherwise.
Okay, seriously,
Home is always
guys.
the
Am I
most
just
beautiful place. Captain.
archipelago? Am I
It
the
was
only
even
one who?
the safest spot to be during
Anything?
those hard
Anyone?
times we were having shortly before King Alexander arrived.
Is there a
He
regional
was
thing?
darned lucky to have washed up on this very isle all right.
The works of destiny, my friend. The works of destiny.
Who knows what might have happened to him otherwise? Alhazred might have found out and snuffed him out like a candle.
The twisted toad.
15 years with that scheming warthog inside the castle walls. Why didn't someone realize the truth sooner?
Sometimes we have to realize what we are about to lose in order to know how precious it is to us.
Again,
Yes.
it's life lessons.
And I'm more grateful to your son than I can express in words, Graham.
I'm still gonna nickel and
We
dime
all
you.
are.
Oh god. Okay, let's talk about the magic bag.
Since you mentioned hidden places in these lands, that makes me wonder. The Archdruid told me to look for a magic bag that was lost in the sea. Do you have any ideas where I could find this?
In the sea.
I may know these waters like the palm of my hand, but its depths... That's another question. It'd be like finding a needle in a haystack, if you catch my drift.
You have sea ants?
Maybe if you had a better reference. I'd recommend asking Ali, the bookshop owner.
Yeah.
That man knows about everything that goes on in these lands.
I'll follow your advice.
Okay then. I guess we're going back into the village after this.
You must
Maybe we
know
should
all
talk to
about
him
the
before we
village.
left.
I mean, being born here and all.
You betcha. It's not that big, but we've got everything a village needs. A baker, a weaver, a metal worker, a doomsayer.
Candlestick maker?
What?
Just pulling your leg. But we do have our share of eccentrics, which we tolerate all the time. Well, most of the time anyway. But this being the best as well as the safest isle, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose.
Where do most of the people live?
It's a
Mostly
good question.
on the outskirts. Not many of them live in the actual village, unless they enjoy being kept up by late-night festivals and being woken up by peddlers bellowing out what they're selling before the sun's fully up in the morning.
Seems like a fun place to live in.
Ah, yes. Best place in the world, Graham. Best place in the world.
Is he being sarcastic? Okay, but seriously, this archipelago thing, I need opinions. Because I do not think they're right.
I've encountered many sailors during my adventures. I always wondered what it's like to live in the sea, being a land person myself.
There's nothing like working on
Supposed
what
to
you
a
love.
mer person.
Feeling the air in your face as you sail across new areas. It's an amazing experience, Graham.
Did you always want to be a sailor?
Do we
All
really
of my
care about
life.
this?
It runs in the family. My father trained me on how to sail this ferry, as did his father before him, and so on. I've yet to make enough money to support a family, since I've been out of the business for so long. It may be a while before I have a son to teach, but hopefully I will someday. I've got enough life ahead of me.
So
I
you
wish
think.
I could say the same for my son.
What?
What?
My son, your king. He was kidnapped from us when he was only a few months old and became a slave to an evil sorcerer. He returned to us a short time before his 18th birthday.
I'm so
We've only really
confused.
known him for a few years, and that's hardly enough time to teach a
Oh,
prince
we
how
didn't
to
get to
rule a
impart
kingdom.
The
knowledge.
things you learn.
Not, you know, hope
I
that he
wouldn't
has
worry
enough time
about
to
him,
raise his
though.
children.
He has good instincts. He asks the right questions, he gets the right answers. He was able to find a way off this island and navigate his way through all the others. He's done what no other princes I've known, even though I've known next to none, have been able to do. Bring the former king and queen back from the dead, uncover the evil plot of a seemingly innocent man, gain possession of a genie, and if you say he survived slavery under an evil sorcerer, then there's no doubt he's a smart
It's a
fellow.
very small
He's got the
subset of
basics
princes.
down. And I'm sure
The
that
basics.
his wife can help him in any area where he needs it.
Still, as a father, I just can't stop worrying.
Just like my own father.
He looks so angry.
What's funny is that I never really learned until I went out there by myself.
I killed
When you
my
don't
father.
have someone to call to, and the storm is at your bow, you always find a way to manage, though.
I can
Unless you
relate. My story's not too different from yours.
Except that it is. Okay. Cosima.
I'm grateful my son met Cosima. She's a very brave woman.
Yes, sir. That's what I always say. Don't let yourself be fooled by her delicate look. The girl has a brave soul.
Never heard him say
I
that.
sensed that in her when I first met her in Mordok's castle back when the wizard had enslaved her.
And she was completely
She
mesmerized
saved
by
my
pretty
life.
jewelry.
Did she? So she didn't only help the king bring the vizier down, but she also helped you.
And his
She's
entire
full
family.
of surprises.
Even as a little girl, I could tell that Cosima was going to be a fine ruler when she grew up. She loved the town and the townspeople. She would often go down to the bookstore to read Ali's latest arrivals. And, of course,
She rode your ferry.
who's telling this story?
That seems like
Go on,
euphemism.
I'll be quiet.
Anyway,
I didn't say that.
like you said, she loved to ride the ferry from isle to isle. That was until that dog Alhazred's activities made the isle so dangerous that I had to stop ferrying passengers entirely. Cosima was so sad. She was almost a teenager then. Still, that didn't stop her from visiting the village whenever she could. The way she talked, you'd think she was one of the regular townspeople. And when she grew up and started spending more time at the castle, being trained to be a queen, it was heartbreaking for some of us.
Aww.
It was like losing a favorite daughter.
When Alexander was taken, the kingdom fell into sorrow as well. I can't believe it's all happening again.
Calm down, sire. Calm down. There's a clear day to follow every stormy night.
Okay, enough of this.
Thank you for talking with me.
Talking with you? That wasn't talking. I could go on for half an hour and still consider a conversation a chat. This was just a casual exchange of words. You come to me at night when you've got plenty of spare time to kill. I'll show you some real talk.
Is that a threat?
No thanks. Like they say, silence is golden.
Whatever you say, Graham. Come back when you're ready to sail.
Okay, let's get out of here. Very quickly. He's doing kick-ups. Wii Fit would be so proud of him. Loading. Okay, Ali. We didn't actually talk about this before, but I need to speak with you. Possibly try to spray you with a spritzer thing. Spray bottle. Oh, Jollo. You don't have anything new to say, right? I don't have to talk to you again, right? Okay, good. Ali, my good friend.
How fare you today, Bookkeeper?
Very well, King Graham.
Wait, no, but I'm supposed to talk to you about the magic bag. I'm supposed to talk to you about the magic bag.
Be my guest.
Right? I'm supposed to talk to him? Please tell me I don't have to talk to Jollo.
Maybe you came here for a joke. Maybe for a little chat. In any case, just let me know.
Wonderful.
Goodbye, my friend.
Bye-bye, Your Majesty.
Okay, I'm supposed to talk to you about a magic bag. Magic bag?
I'm searching for ingredients for a spell to bring my children
oh god,
back.
thank god that worked.
A spell?
Look at all that stuff.
Druid
Unbelievable
magic,
language checked off.
Yes.
That's
Do you
cute.
think it will work?
The Druids are very powerful creatures. Very little is known about their nature, but I can assure you their magic does work. I've read some interesting volumes, and they speak of highly uncommon yet powerful magic.
I realize this is not going to be an easy task.
It's
Do
not
you have any
gonna.
idea where I could find any of these ingredients?
The Druids have their own language of sorts, which is difficult to understand, even for an avid reader like myself. Many
So,
of
you have
these
no chance.
ingredients are very unusual, and some of them may be Druidic names for common things.
This isn't English.
Parts even look encrypted. It's hard to say.
Right,
Lost
that.
magic bag. I just
Yes.
read a book on treasures from the sea, and I did come across references to such a thing.
Where can I find it?
Bring me a map of the lands, and I shall point it to you.
Oh.
I must warn you, though, it's where the nymphs gather, and these creatures are said to be dangerous.
Names like shiny
I'll
things,
take my
though.
chances.
We have shiny things.
I
We have shiny gold.
apologize for not being able to help you further, but feel free to look for information in my library. You may find some answers there. And do not hesitate to ask if you have any more specific questions I may be able to help with.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. So we need a map. Okay. Let's... I wonder where that could be. Okay. Do. Keep going, Graham. Don't even bother. No one cares.
Find maps for sale.
Oh
Get
God,
them
I
while
don't wanna
they're
talk to
still
you.
about. Are you planning on going anywhere?
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay, whatever. Just take my money and stop speaking. Stop it!
I'd like to buy a map, please.
It's nicely decorated.
Is this real gold?
Yes. Will you accept it?
Of course I will. But tell me, what region do you want a map of?
Everything.
I'll take a map of the Green Isles.
I want all the maps.
A foreigner. A long while since I've seen one around here. Traveling is probably not such a good idea now, with the possibility of another storm like that one last night ripping through here. It might rip the islands right out of the sea.
Thank you for your concern, but I'll take my chances.
I love it when they cut each other off.
But I should probably tell you that something strange has been happening to my maps lately, though.
What's been happening?
At first, I thought it was my failing eyes. Then I remembered that my eyes hadn't started failing yet. And what
witty.
I was seeing had to be real. It's too strange for a fellow like me to take, friend. Too strange.
What's strange?
One of the maps I have on display is used. It has a
Pre-owned,
lot of
one would
small
say.
figures and notes scribbled on it. And those things are starting to fade, but fast. And I mean fast. One of them faded and vanished in a half hour at the very most. And not only
Faded
that,
and
but
vanished.
the older ones that were already faded to begin with are starting to look fresher. Like they might have on the day that they were drawn.
Have you noticed this on any of your other maps?
Of course I did. As soon as I noticed this, I looked, and sure enough, the same thing was happening to my other maps. The newer ones seem the most affected, too. A lot of the local maps have entire landmarks missing, even entire islands. I don't know what's going on. Could it be the end of the universe? Fortunately, some of the older maps are still quite intact.
So, like, we're
I'll
going
give you one of
backwards
the
in
older
time.
ones that I have, since you've given me such a hefty sum here.
And the new maps are disappearing because they're new, and so they're being
Thank you.
unborn.
I hope I can find out what's making your maps fade before they're all just sheets of parchment.
You just try to stay alive. It's not a good day to die.
Stop speaking. Okay, so we've got a map. Now I've got to have Allie point on the map? What exactly is she supposed to do? I kind of was too busy rolling my eyes at the idea that we had to get a map. Okay, Allie. Look, it's a map. Tell me what's going on.
Here's the map.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Here you have it.
Right
But
there.
remember,
I'll be careful.
Nymphs, shiny things. Got it. Okay.
A good adventurer should always carry a map when he can. This is a very good one, even if it can't transport him to the Isles themselves like the map Alexander once used in these lands.
You know, this looks an awful lot like the overworld map when we're traveling. An awful lot. Makes me wonder why we couldn't just borrow it from Hassan. But, whatever. Okay. So, I think we're done here. We now have a clear goal in mind. Which is good. So I actually think I'm gonna stop this video right here, right in front of Hassan, and the boat whose name I don't remember.
Graham is amazed at the fine craftsmanship of this ferry.
Must have a name.
Shamir the genie must have had extra help renovating this boat to have it come out looking like this.
Doesn't have a name? What is this? Okay, well anyway, I'm going to save right here, and then we back later.